Hello, everyone. Welcome to the third webinar for the OpenLabs Brazil project, scaling up research in Brazilian laboratories and launch of the Senai-CETIC Bioeconomy platform. It's a pleasure to be here with you. I am Victoria Santos, Coordinator for Competitive Intelligence of the Senai Innovation Institute for Biosynthetic and Fibers from Senai-CETIC. And we are here hosting today this beautiful event to talk about sharing technologies, sharing infrastructure to push innovation and sustainable innovation ahead. Sharing of equipment and science is crucial for the development and for the acceleration of innovation in Brazil and worldwide. And we are going to show you here the results that we have so far and also present to you our bioeconomy platform just launched last week. It's a pleasure to be here. Please, Astrid, go on.
Astrid, you're muted.
Hi, everyone. Hello, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on where you are. So before we scoot over to very innovative technical solutions for lab equipment, I would very briefly like to recap the project so far to you. So welcome to today's third OpenLabs Brazil pilot project webinar. I'm Astrid Evers, and I work as an event and project manager for the Innovation Hub of the International Sustainable Chemistry Collaborative Center, that is in short IC3, that is based in Frankfurt am Main in Germany. The IC3 Innovation Hub, which is amongst 3 IC3 hubs, is hosted by DECHEMA, the German Association for Technical Chemistry and Biotechnology, which is currently 5,800 members strong. And obviously, my presentation is not advancing at the moment. Hang on for a second. I'm hanging. It doesn't work. Trying to screen share again. Can you see it? Yeah, now it works. So, which is currently 5,800 members strong, and the IC3 is supporting sustainable chemistry startups since 2017 already. It has set out to promote the transformation towards more sustainable chemistry solutions worldwide as a key contribution to sustainable development. And as we will experience firsthand today, together with its international partners like Senai-CETIC and Senai Química Verde, it also supports new intelligent solutions and business models. It's a pleasure to be here today with you, and I hope that you're all right despite the most recent uptakes in pandemic cases all around the world. To put a spotlight on positive matters in these hard times, we would like to quickly recap this OpenLabs initiative to you before deep diving into today's topical focuses that were briefly announced by Victoria already. So today is all about the scaling of laboratory-based sustainable chemistry research and innovation in the field of bioeconomy. In March 2021, our 2 Senai partner research institutions, the Senai Institute for Green Chemistry and the Senai Institute for Biosynthetics and Fibers, the IC3 and the British startup cluster market launched the OpenLabs Brazil program in order to assist laboratories and universities in sharing and managing lab equipment and scheduling of services for students, researchers, and technicians, and to promote sustainable lab solutions and research in general. This in the frame of a Brazilian pilot project. And to jointly promote the progress of innovative ideas in our 2 Brazilian partner labs and beyond, the project consortium came up with a contest in spring 2001 that was Brazilian-wide, and it looked for sustainable chemistry solutions from startup based and active in Brazil that was oriented on the displayed selection criteria. And we were very proud to say that in August 2021, so just recently, we were able to present our top 9 OpenLabs Brazil contest solutions, amongst which there are Zio Fertiu, Ms. Helena Schneider and team, GC Cultivo 3D, Ms. Leandra Baptista and team, Low-Cost Chemistry, Ms. Vanessa Machado and team. And these 3 startups who are in group 3, one are international visibility package. That means global startup service support, toolbox access and online library access for the ic3.org website, a peer-to-peer group invite on LinkedIn, plus an introduction to sustainable chemistry as part of a sustainability assessment workshop. And we would like to again thank them very much for their innovative concept in the field of sustainable chemistry. And beyond these fantastic prizes, a special laboratory support package was granted by our 2 Rio de Janeiro-based SENE partners, was granted to Group 2, which is consists in Zio Fertiu and Biosolvit. So Mr. José Renato Lance Martini and team and Ms. Carolina Minicelli and team. And to then so I'm sorry, that was Miss Ana Catarina Gomes and team and Miss Carolina Roberto de Oliveira and team. And our top winners, you can read here, they are Hyper, Insumo, Microciclo Biotecnologia, and Conatos Ambiental. So you will hear in the future from them, and we would like to again express our heartfelt congratulations to all 9 startups for being such great chemistry and biotechnology change makers. So here you can see an overview of the prizes that they were able to win. And if you did stay tuned last time, you will remember that we heard our top 4 winners live pitches in the frame of our last OpenLabs Brazil webinar session on August 16th. Otherwise, you could also have a look at the QR code displayed here and see what these startups are up to and what they're researching on at the moment. Our top 4 winners acceleration program will be starting out in early next year. And in spring 2022, we hope to have the pleasure to present you the results of this acceleration period in the frame of a 4th joint OpenLabs Brazil webinar. So please be on the lookout for this webinar in spring. And that brings us to our today's agenda. So today we would like to properly introduce you to our new 3 startup partners who are presenting you interesting lab management and scaling possibilities for laboratory research. First amongst them is our UK-based consortium startup partner Cluster Market and their booking software. After that, we would like you to meet TriangularPod from Germany with their great industrial scaling solution offer. And as a 3rd stakeholder today, we will hear from the US-American startup Cabotics on their interesting sustainable chemistry AI approach. And they might even have a very interesting free offer as a small Christmas present for you. So here's to you, Francisco.
Thank you, Astrid. And good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, everyone. I'll start sharing my screen now. And there we go. So my name is Francisco. I'm head of sales at Cluster Markets. As Astrid said, we're based in London, in the UK. And our mission is to make labs digital. So we want you to move from paper or old systems that you use to manage your lab and have everything using software so you can access it remotely and benefit from the digital world. So these are some of the reasons why your lab should go digital, why you should strip your lab of old processes and paper. So first of all, you can see exactly the equipment availability, and not only you as a lab manager, but also your users, your researchers know exactly that they will be able to perform their experiments because the equipment will be available. You control access. You can control access based on training, and so that people that are not trained or equipment that is more sensitive is only available to specific users. But then also in terms of equipment maintenance and repairs, whereas right now you might have a physical folder with all the papers and all the contracts, you can move all of these to a digital place. Whenever you need information, you will be able to find it with a quick search. So you don't have to look in the lab, and sometimes you don't even find what you're looking for. But also in terms of communication, you will be able to really clearly communicate everything that is going on in the lab, breakdowns, holidays, days offs, warnings on specific instruments that everyone should be aware of. And because it's digital, the data is stored, so you can really run analysis on the utilization of your lab, of your instruments, but also of any projects and costs that you have ongoing. And of course, you can access it remotely, so you can monitor your lab from home if you're working from home that day, and at any time. So that's it for the digital part of why labs should go digital and why we see more and more labs becoming digital. And this is where we really fit. So Closer Market is an online software that is world leading in scientific laboratories. And you can do all of these regarding user and equipment management, the scheduling and the communication parts that you need as a lab manager to make sure that the lab runs efficiently, but also in terms of reporting and analysis, and as I mentioned, maintenance and servicing. So we're providing a really complete asset management or equipment management system that helps not only for you to keep an eye on the instruments, but also on your users and in the communication within the lab. So why Closer Market and why are so many labs adopting us is, first of all, the feedback we get is that it's super straightforward to implement. Even if you have a system already, you can easily get all your data from one system to our system in a few minutes. And then it's also easy to use, and it has a lot of features that are useful for lab admins, but also for researchers. And this basically means that you don't need any extra training. It's quite intuitive to use. So as soon as you log in, you will get it from the get-go and just start using it. And if you do need help, we have some of the best people in the field supporting you. So we're always available and have a really fame around how quickly and helpful the team is. And then obviously, because we want to be connected to other tools you use in the lab, we have these smart integrations to your electronic notebook or IoT systems that some of the most recent instruments already have, so that you don't worry about collecting data. Data is collected and stored automatically, whether that's a chromatogram coming from a chromatography instrument or some pictures that you just took on the confocal microscope. So we really want to connect the lab so everything is available to you at your fingertips and that you just use it whenever you need. And the best thing is that we're free for research facilities and individual labs. And we do have paid tiers more for organizations when entire universities or entire companies adopt the system. But if you're a core facility or managing 1 or 2 labs, you can use the system completely for free. So this is our community at the moment, and the numbers speak for themselves. So it's more than 80,000 instruments and users all over the world. So you can see the grayed out areas. It's basically countries where we have labs using us. And that's more than 80,000 labs as well. And they represent some of the most iconic academic institutions, research institutes, but also pharmaceutical and biotechnology companies. And if you don't believe me, here's a quote that I actually just got yesterday. This is a sustainable catalysis and engineering lab in Belgium at KU Leuven. That's a university in the city of Leuven. And you can see that as a lab manager, the platform is helping this person running the equipment efficiently, even though they have a very, very high occupation of the equipment because they have a big team. So that's 60 PhD students and postdocs, all doing research every day in the lab. All of them want to use the equipment, and it would be a mess without a platform like Closer Markets. So I will leave you with that. Here are my contact details. That's my email address. You can scan this QR code, just it directs you to our website. And if you're interested in learning more, you can always book a demo with us. We're more than happy to help. And that's it. Thank you very much for your attention.
Hi.
Pablo?
Astrid, do I start? Okay, so I'm going to share my screen.
Yes, please, Pablo.
Okay, there we go. Are you already seeing my screen?
Yes, that works.
So let's
Thanks.
start. So these guys are Neanderthals, basically, and they're processing materials. In a few minutes, I'm going to show you how this caveman can teach you how to process innovative materials in a very sustainable way, without investing in super expensive equipment and without wasting valuable time. So you will be able to start making millions of dollars in the next 90 days with top-of-the-line equipment. So, as you know, I'm Pablo Marroquin from Triangular Process on Demand, Triangular POD. If you're active in the material processing industries, you may be asking yourself many questions right now. Did I choose the right technology to process my materials? Or are you really worried about the initial investment needed? It will be huge. Is that risky? Are you afraid that the time to market that you will need to start processing will take too long and you will miss your opportunity? So if this sounds like you, maybe you're lucky today, because in the next couple of minutes, I will reveal the single most exciting resource and time-saving opportunity in the planet for you. Does it sound good? Excellent. So before I tell you exactly how we help companies solve these problems and achieve these amazing and incredible results, let me explain a little bit who I am and why you should listen to me at all. My name is Pablo Marroquin, as I already told you, and I'm an expert in material processing industries. I have been working in the material processing industries for the past 10 years, and I'm also the founder of Triangular. We're leaders in connections for outsourcing in the material processing industries. We are really passionate in helping material processing companies like you find the required resources to be successful in your projects. By using our services, which I'm about to share with you how it works, virtually anyone can successfully process materials using our proven system. Now back to those Neanderthals. The process they are using is actually not very efficient. They're lacking the right technology and the right knowledge to be able to work in a technified world like today. They just don't have the knowledge and technology. But that doesn't mean that has to be you. So Triangular allows you to have access to processing systems and valuable knowledge. So you can be extremely successful in material processing with minimal effort in very short time, without crazy investments. And that's what we do day in and day out at Triangular. We connect system owners that have available technologies with material processing owners that need to use these available systems and industry experts to make a complete package to help you be very, very successful in your projects. Let me give you an example. Some time ago, we had in Spain a very clever startup processing a high-tech material. They needed to scale up this from a laboratory level to an industrial level, but the process they had at the moment was not scalable. So they contacted us, and with our help, we could book an expert from the UK. This expert helped us develop a scalable system, a scalable process to be able to produce and process this material on an industrial scale. With this information, we found in Poland a processing system that was available. We contacted this company, and the Spanish startup got in contact with the Polish company. To make this story short, they closed a joint venture, and they're still producing this material very successfully. So you see, at Triangular, we connect 3 different types of companies in the material processing industries. So they may benefit from each other, and we have the industry connections and partnerships to get the best results possible. How does it work? With 6 very short steps, you may easily start getting your projects rolling towards success. Are you beginning to see how easy it is to find the material processing solutions? It's basically, you just have to contact us, come visit our website, book a strategy meeting, upload your available requirements or your requirements, available systems, the materials you want to process, and we connect them together to help you get the best resources. Very simple, very convenient, highly predictable, and very profitable. And the best of all, my team and I would love to achieve success together with you and help you with your processing projects. So please visit our website or find us in Facebook or LinkedIn and get in contact with us. We would love to have a nice conversation with you guys and start helping you in your way to achieve your dreams and have a lot of success. So thank you very much and hope to get in touch with you. See you. So back to you, Astrid.
Thank you very much, Pablo. Astrid, do you have the Kebotics?
Yes, they are just logging in. I just talked to them on the phone, and I really hope that they can manage to be in the session very shortly with us.
Otherwise, we can, oh, sorry.
Please go ahead.
We can make the short introduction to the bioeconomy theme, and they can, and they present right before, they just got in. Okay.
Yes, Kebotics just got in, and it's another interesting solution for the scaling of lab research and innovation, which makes perfect sense. And I'm sure there are many more solutions out there, so please come forward. And this is Dr. Jill Becker of Kebotics, who would now like to share their innovation with you.
Hello, everybody.
Perfect.
Pleasure to be here. I'm Jill Becker, and it's good morning or good afternoon, wherever you are. Let me just share my screen. Can I get my screen to be able to be shared? Hello? Thank you.
Hey, Jill, we cannot see yet.
Yes.
Now, yes.
Yes, it was not able to.
Here we go.
Thank you. I'm so super excited to be here today to tell you about Kebotics, the chemical company of the 21st century. Being able to dream up the chemicals that the world really needs. Yes, working from home, and my cats come here. Hello, his name's Tigger, is where we think it's really at. Whether that is to lower the toxicity, like we're doing with Mitsubishi, or protect our world's food crop, like we're doing with Bayer, or furthering the sustainability for ourselves by doing certain projects for OLEDs or the smart electrochromic windows, is at the heart of what we do. So chemistry and materials, I don't have to tell you, is the catalyst of these global mega trends to solve the world's most urgent problems. So we have to speed it up. And how do we really do that? Kebotics, out of Harvard, we've raised a little bit over $17 million so far. We're a team of more than 30 people globally, because COVID has taught us that we can hire anyone, anywhere. And that's really exciting, but even better, we have many win-win partnerships with Fortune 500 companies accelerating their R&D with our software and robotics solution. We've also won many awards. That's, I think, less important. But what I want you to take away is that we really bring the industry to the forefront of this digital innovation by integrating AI, lab automation, and domain expertise to enable what I want you to think of as fast R&D at scale at a reduced cost. And we think of this as developed for chemists by chemists. So the problem is, I don't have to tell you about this either, is that chemicals take too long to invent. It can take 1 to 2 decades to get a new material into a product. And it costs too much. And material makers have a huge need for this. And chemical suppliers do try really, really hard, but they're really good at what they do, large scale production, supply chain management, and a lot of the money that they spend is lost because the quality of the products delivered, I apologize for my voice, I've been talking too much, is not what the product manufacturers need. So Kebotics, we reinvented how to innovate and how to invent to enable this R&D at scale. And our solution is one of a kind. We call it Automus. It's an AI native R&D platform to be able to virtualize chemistry and catalyze this digital transformation. So what does that really mean? Our AI can dream up chemicals, materials, formulations, optimizations for ourselves and our partners with the desired properties. And what do I mean by properties? We want a certain functionality of our chemicals in these products, right? And we also have a self-driving lab. This is not just any lab. I'm a chemist by training. I have a PhD in inorganic chemistry from Harvard 2 decades ago. You can think of it as a distributed brain involving secure cloud computing, AI, and lab automation. So it works 24 hours a day. And I already mentioned the last part. The exciting thing about our platform too is very vertically agnostic when it comes to our partnerships and our software. And again, it is to enable to make products better, faster. And we have a lot of companies that we're working in these different verticals, including beauty, etc. And let's hope this works. We have a lab. I welcome all of you to come visit. This lab is in Woburn, Massachusetts. We believe in science here, so everyone's vaccinated. And kind of runs 24 hours a day. And it does exactly what a chemist would do, right? Dreams up a new chemical, then dreams up how to make it, except it does it faster, much, much faster. So here you see a robot synthesizing the chemicals. And then these chemicals are actually tested. And what you're left with is the actual chemical ready for scale up and or to be put in a product. Here are just some of the logos of the companies that have reached out to us for our solutions. And what you're looking at here right now is the scientific method, but we've disrupted it by, instead of a chemist asking, you know, what chemical should I be making? We have a suite of chem and material informatics to predict what chemicals you should be making. Then we have a reaction stage, which is a synthetic route predictor, both forward and backwards, so retrosynthesis. You're welcome to try it out. You can just go to our website that tells our robots, our people, our partners how to make it. We have another robotic suite of equipment that tests just like a chemist. Did you make what you say you're going to make, and does it have the property of that you were interested in? And we're ready and set with a chemical. I think I'm running out of time a little bit, so I'll start here in the middle. This is with our reaction stage. We did a project with BP where we dreamt up a cost-efficient route for biomonomer. This is for biopolymer productions. Again, as I mentioned, you're happy to try this. On the right, if you're a chemical company, you want to know how a chemical behaves, you actually have to make it. So this company had dreamt up 2,300 possible lubricants. We ranked them for viscosity, boiling point, and vapor pressure. They made the top 4. Everything what we said was accurate, and they anticipate a wide deployment. And then internally, this is just one of our tools. We also use this internally where we look at 27 million commercially available chemicals. We find new use cases that we patent. We've done this for OLEDs, smart window applications, etc. I've not updated this photo since pre-COVID. I've been working from home since March 2020. So as my team, we're more than 30 people now, more than 30% women and more than 50% people of color. I actually think this is our most valuable asset. Yes, we're all out of Harvard, very exciting. And we've won a lot of awards. And 8:30, thank you.
Thank you very much, Jill. Thank you all. Thank you, Francisco. Thank you, Jill. It's amazing to be partnering with you in this project. And here we see the potential that digital transformation, that digital innovation is bringing to chemical innovation. So it's we are going to have a time for questions. So I have some already, but we'll let it to the end. So thank you very much. Now I will do a short introduction to the role of Senai and the bioeconomy concept. And let me share my screen. Let me see here. I don't know if you see it already. I don't think so. Okay, I think now, yes. Yeah. So why are we here and why it is so valuable to us? Why does it make sense for us to having this pilot project of sharing infrastructure, sharing equipments and services for innovation and laboratories in Brazil? We are the SENAI, that is the National Service for Industrial Education, and we work for the promotion of technological education, innovation, and transfer of industrial technologies to improve the competitiveness and sustainability of Brazilian industry. We are the bigger network of professional education in Latin America nowadays, working in more than 28 sectors and with more than 1,000 operational units in Brazil. We also host the Senai Innovation Institute network, of which the Senai Innovation Institute for Biosynthetic and Fibers and the Senai Innovation Institute for Green Chemistry are also part, and we are located in Rio de Janeiro. But the Senai Innovation Institutes are spread throughout the country, and each of them have their competences and their facilities that can work together to support industry and the startups in Brazil and worldwide. So that's why it's so important and so valuable to us to know these startups that are working on sharing platforms on artificial intelligence solutions to boost innovation, to boost the development of new products and processes in Brazil and the world. And the Senai Innovation Institute, it's work together with other parties in the Senai, in the national innovation ecosystem, pushing the developments that happen in the universities to the market. So we work to fill up the death valley, the non-death valley of innovation pathway. So here we can have institutes and partners that together with Cluster Market and Triangular Pod and K-Botics can push the development and support industries and the startups to take their innovation to the market and make them really feasible and successful. So here are some numbers of our portfolios, just to show you that we have more than 1 billion reais invested in more than 1,300 projects portfolio, more than 600 companies attended. Here I'm going to show you some institutes that are working on bioeconomy. That is the Senai Innovation Institute on Electrochemistry, and it's the south of Brazil. I'm not going to go very further. The Senai Innovation Institute for Biomass, just an example for you. The Senai Innovation Institute for Green Chemistry, that is the partner, one of the partners in this OpenLabs Brazil project, and ourselves, the Senai Innovation Institute for Biosynthetic and Fibers, that works with the developments on biorefining, with ethanol products, biodiesel, orange and pulp and paper, and also with products from the Brazilian biodiversity as Brazilian oats, carnaúba, açaí, and also with specific developments with lignin, cellulose, and glycerin. So we are capable to support all of Brazilian and worldwide industry in the development of new solutions, new and sustainable solutions. Also with the textile industries in the development of new dyes, enzymatic treatments, using polymer composites with natural fibers, using solvent-free processes, and so on. Now talking about the bioeconomy, so we are talking from Brazil. That is one of the main players in the agribusiness worldwide and houses more than 20% of Brazilian biodiversity is spread in 6 main biomes. There's the savanna, the Amazon, the Pampa, Caatinga, Pantanal, and the Atlantic forest. And also Brazil is very, how can I say, traditional with the biorefinery concept in terms of the sugarcane biorefinery that already produce sugar, ethanol, electricity, animal feed, fuel oil, the pulp and paper biorefinery that already produces pulp, paper, electricity, and lignin, and the orange biorefinery that produces concentrated juice, pulp wash, citrus pulp, concentrated, concentrated liquor, and also limonene. So we are seeing that we have already developments under this bioeconomy concept, and the potential of opportunities are still vast and is still unestimated. I'm showing you some numbers for you to see that in the acai value chain, 80% of total processed acai is transformed into waste. All these waste are opportunities for new products and new solutions. In terms of the palm heart, 70% of what is produced is discarded. These are also opportunities. And also regarding the cupuaçu value chain, 70 tons of cupuaçu is wasted in the harvest each year. So we see that even with this broad traditional experience on the bioeconomy concept, Brazil is still or has still a very broad field of opportunities. And we also performed a recent study with the Brazilian Bioinnovation Association, Synergia Lab, Embrapa, and CNPEN, showing that in 2050, if we consider the current value chains, we have is almost $400 billion of receipt of inputs in terms of potential GDP for Brazil in 2050. In this, if we consider the scenario well below 2 of emissions. Also, we have a chemical diversity 5 times greater than all known natural molecules that we know nowadays if we consider Brazilian biodiversity. So what are we talking about? We are talking about the bioeconomy. There is a concept that works from the sustainable and innovative treatment and conversion of renewable biological resources for producing value-added products, having the recycling concept very intrinsic to it, and also using the residues also as raw material. We have several actors already working on this subject nowadays. We have companies, startups, traditional communities, universities, associations, consultant mentors, investors, governments, and we, sorry, I think it got a bit mistaken here in the slide, but you can understand. And now we are going to present to you 2 cases from the ISC3 Innovation Hub that is going to be presented by Thomas Homburg. So please, Thomas.
Thank you, Victoria, for the nice introduction and for the overview. Very exciting. Yes, let me share my screen. There, now you should be able to see my screen. Please give me a sign, since I don't want to talk without this. You seeing this?
We can see perfectly. Thanks.
All right. Yeah, thanks for having me, for having us here. And my name is Thomas Homburg. I'm the innovation manager at the ISC3, hosted by Dechimar. So ISC3 and Dechimar are more or less one when it comes to the Innovation Hub. I will present to you the activities and services of the Dechimar with a focus on bioeconomy, going from the services within Dechimar to the local one within the Frankfurt region, to the German-wide initiatives, and also scaling to Europe to give you a broader glance. And now, exactly, next slide, the projects team, the project bioeconomy team within Dechimar is more or less using the whole the whole life cycle of the bioeconomy, from the raw material to the pre-treatment, the bioprocessing, optimizing, but also then the final bio-based product, and to also see if there is a fit in the market for the product. The tasks and services that Dechimar provides are multifold. We coordinate in different areas with initiating R&D projects, identifying financing options, and also then promoting those kinds of projects in different kind of events, workshop, conferences, and I mean also communication to the broader audience, as this is important to make the public aware what is bioeconomy and how is this aligned to our sustainable development goals that we all agreed on for 2030. Further tasks and services we are provide within the frame of bioeconomy at Dechimar are market analyses, opportunities and risks, as well as technology feasibility, and also foresight when it comes to technology. Furthermore, and I would like to stress this, is the sustainability of most important to us, as it's within the SDGs, the Sustainable Development Goals, and we make sure that the bioeconomy has this sustainability approach by also having life cycle assessments within our bioeconomy team. And I would like now to give you a couple of examples from the projects that Dechimar is involved in. Those are, I'm just having 4 here, and we'll go into more details on actually 3 of them, as I thought I might stress the time a bit and shorten the insights on the others. So there are different projects with a German focus, a European focus, and I would like to start with Biobau, which has a focus in the Frankfurt Rhine-Main metropolitan area. Let me first show you and give you some idea when we are talking about the Frankfurt Rhine-Main metropolitan area. What kind of size are we talking about? I would like to put this into perspective, showing you Alagoas, which is to the best of my knowledge, a state in Brazil, and the Frankfurt Rhine-Main area has half the size of Alagoas, but is twice as populated. So you have to deal with quite a lot of waste, and but also you need a lot of resources to keep the industry and the society going. And therefore, Biobau aims to accelerate the transition into a bioeconomy under the specific conditions of the industrialized and densely populated metropolitan region. The Biobau innovation space primarily enforces the material recycling of biogenic, residual, and waste materials. And it's also aimed to connect different value chains, as we were also learning before during the presentation of our startups, to combine the value chains of the waste streams to the one producing new materials and all the steps within. So this is also one aim that Biobau has on a more or less local and small a microorganism to then allow it to produce new chemicals, or not new chemicals, but chemicals out of this waste streams. And with that, new fine chemicals can be synthesized using waste streams out of industrial or also municipal waste streams. I'm very sorry for the cell phone interruption. It wasn't mine, but that's the beauty when you're working at home. Nevertheless, that was the Forsealed project. Next is Cafipla. That's one that's based in, or that's aiming towards the European part. And it's combining carboxylic acid production and fiber recovery. And that's Ca and Fi, and PLA in Cafipla stand for polylactic acid. So to use this as a raw material for further industrial application. I will not go into too much details, but the specific objectives are to convert 80% of the easily degradable organic matter to the short chain carboxylic acids. And within the further project, you are going down the upscaling process from lab scale TRL 3 to 3 to 4, and then also using a demonstration lab and to finally be able to also show that upscaling industrial scale is possible. And this is, of course, also done with multiple partners. In this case, with also small and medium enterprise partners, research institutes, as well as a public non-profit waste treatment facility. So my last slide is to also maybe give you some more insights on the project. On the 10th of December, there will be a webinar with the topic from organic waste to biochemical, how to pre-treat biomass. Maybe it's of interest to you. And with that, thanks for your attention and sorry for the interruption.
Thank you very much, Thomas. And Brazil lacks an agent to assist the coordination of initiatives. Also, the one portal is important to organize the information available and also to enable the identification of who can be the potential partners of specific initiatives in the country. So the very purpose of the platform, I apologize for the Portuguese slide, is to be a spot for stakeholders to meet each other, of the dissemination of knowledge between innovation institutes and universities and companies, startups, and so on, and also for the identification of opportunities that will push businesses. The very last goal of this portal is to push business on the under the bio-based economy concept, and it supports the business environment with a board and executive management. We also have a curatorial that is responsible for inputting and searching the information that are available to our partners and to enable the connection and collaboration. It is for free. You can register for free, and we will have information of funding opportunities, lab infrastructures, startups, research, potential partners, the state of arts of some developments, and eventual services and acceleration programs and mentoring and so on in one unique place. I will go further here, but only for you to see that we performed a broad interview process with the stakeholders to understand what would be the relevance and what would they like to find in a platform like this. And the very much focus was on new businesses, connection, partnerships, and centralization of information. And they would like to find updated news, solutions to their challenges. For instance, what would be the solution for valorization of residues, for instance, opportunities for joint projects and camaraderie, or if I can say like this, and that is one actor or one set of people that would be really willing to filter the most valuable information for the ecosystem. Here is some association or sectoral association that are also supporting us: the Brazilian Bioinnovation Association, the Brazilian Chemical Industry Association, the Brazilian Textile and Apparel Industry Association, the Brazilian Association of Producers of Artificial and Synthetic Fibers, and also Ambiotech Brazil. Now I'm going to show you briefly the view of our portal. This is what you find if you access the link that I will send to you. This is our the web page, and here you find the right in the front the opportunities, the most updated opportunities that you have. Then you can have access in the menu to know more information about who you are, opportunities of courses, infrastructure, service, and also demands, or some demands from the members, funding opportunities, publications in terms of news, reports, articles, theses, laws, informations of each biome from Brazilian biodiversity, from Brazilian ecosystem, the Amazon, the Caatinga, the Savannah, and so on. Wow. And also information of how to get in contact with us, and information for about you, the member that will register in the platform. Right below, you can have information, and you can have information of your organization in our radar, Bioeconomy radar. Here you have partners showing up their infrastructure, who they are, universities, startups, associations, governments, governmental entities, and other partners. They will have a space to present themselves to the public, to the members and the users of the platforms. Then you have the main news and novelties right below. Okay, sorry. I can go further. And now you can also enter in the directory of members. So once you are a member of it, you can search for other members also in our platform. So you'll be able to select, to look for the name of the organization of the person, and you'll be able to filter a specific organization that you are interested into. If you click in the name, you find more detailed information of each member, such as their name, their products and services, their technological competence, their website, their area or sector that they operate. And you also can go here in the area, in the member area, and then you have the space where you can offer some opportunity, create a demand for service. You can submit any new publication, submit information of your infrastructure. You can see the submission that are pending, that our curator team is going to evaluate, and also you can access your profile. I'm going to go further. You can contact us anytime. I'm not going to go into detail, just for you to show that we are already online. And for now, we are only in Portuguese, but we are working on the English version as well. And you can subscribe right now. here through this QR code or accessing this web address. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact us. And I'm done. Thank you very much for you all for your presence. Thank you, Astrid. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Victoria. It's super exciting to see this, and we hope that lab research and innovation will gain even more momentum now in Brazil. So we would like you to please stay tuned also for our next Open Labs Brazil session, which will be the 4th one. We're planning it, like we said, in spring, so maybe March, maybe April, better March. After the acceleration period, we're all eager to hear what good our chemists in the Senai labs have concocted for us. And for now, we wish you a pleasant season. So enjoy the holidays, enjoy the Christmas time or whatever religion you believe in. Enjoy the time of the end of the year, and stay safe, especially.
Thank you very much, you all. In the name of the Senai CETIC and Senai Innovation Network, we are very thankful for this space and for this project. So stay tuned.
And I think Jill said it, we all believe in science, not only the startups, it's all of us who believe in science. And yes, if we would like to reach out to any of the startups, feel free to contact us. I think you've seen the contact addresses in the distinct presentations. So thanks a bunch. This was us from OpenLabs Brazil. See you next time around.
See you. Bye bye.
Obrigadão, até logo.
Muito obrigada.